Welcome back to another exciting episode of Dawit Chats. I'm Dawit, a member of Dawit's Global Youth Advisory Board. I'm based in Ethiopia and I'm a training professional. Dawit's Global Youth Leadership Advisory Board is a group of young leaders from across Africa, the UK, and the Middle East who play a key role in capturing new insights on youth realities. The board amplifies the voice of young people, ensuring that their priorities, emerging trends, and pertinent issues are not only heard, but also integrated into decision-making processes. Joining me today are my fantastic Joy Lab colleagues, Waad and Eunice. I'll give each the floor to introduce themselves. Let's start with Waad.
Hello, awesome people. This is Waad, based from Jordan. I'm from Jordan. A little introducing of myself. I am a full-time worker at Jordan at an event officer of a big, huge museum. I have joined the GY Lab since like 3 years now. This is my third year. I am a very, very proud to be here, to be joining us, to be joining you guys, and to be in this episode. And as we always say, once a daughter, you're always a daughter. And now I will handle the mic for my cutest, dearest Eunice to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Waad. That was a lovely introduction. My name is Eunice Wanjiru. I am based in Nairobi, Kenya. I work as a full-time freelancer. I do AI training as well as transcription. I'm one of the people who have leveraged digital skill to find employment. And I'm very excited to be having this conversation today with my fellow GY Lab members. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice and Duarte. That was a great introduction. Today's session will be about skills for success, youth shaping the future. This topic is incredibly important for the future of youth. And as we continue to celebrate the World's Youth Skills Day, we'll be exploring how digital skills are reshaping job opportunities and empowering young change makers. Together, we will uncover the essential skills you need to thrive in this digital age. So get ready to be inspired and equipped for success. So let's jump right in. I'm going to ask my first question to Waad, and I'll go to Eunice. So my first question is, how are digital skills changing the landscape of employment for young people?
Okay, that's a lovely question. Digital skills are changing the landscape of employment for young people in a positive way. So, the first thing that digital skills has done is revolutionized the job market. We have seen that there is increased demand for digital proficiency. And this means that employers are seeking candidates who have strong digital skills. They not only want candidates who have basic digital skills like use of the Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, but they want more skills like data analysis, software development, and digital marketing. And that's awakening call to all of us to equip ourselves with digital skills so that we don't get left behind in this very fast-paced world. Another factor that digital skills has contributed highly to the job market is entrepreneurship. Because of social media, entrepreneurs are able to put their brand out there. And putting your brand out there means that you are attracting a wider audience. You are getting various audiences, and you can be able to make global impact and scale your brand. And still on that same line, social media is offering an opportunity for young people to be employed. You can start your business on TikTok. You can start your business as a content creator on YouTube, and you will be monetized. And I'm happy that one of the programs that Kenya is running right now is monetization of content creations. They have identified that social media is a place where you can get employed, and they have gone ahead to instill these skills to content creators so that they can get maximum benefit. So moving on to my last point is that we have access to education and training opportunities. Internet is very, very useful when it comes to finding tutorials, when it comes to finding online courses. We have sites like Udemy, we have sites like Coursera, and so many other online platforms that offer beginner courses, and some of them offer career progression courses. And once you instill yourself with that skill, you become a marketable person. You become someone who can get opportunities out there. And the best thing about learning in some of these sites is that they give you certificates, which is very recognized worldwide. That once you give it to your employer, or once you use it on your professional portfolio like LinkedIn, you are able to brand yourself and you're able to attract opportunities that align within that field. Yeah, that's all from me. I'm gonna let Waad answer the question.
Thank you, dear, so much. You have covered everything. So my response will be a little short for this question. You have mentioned all the criteria that we're looking for, but I will focus on the flexibility. For me, the digital skills are or is the transforming the employment or the employee these days of the landscape of young people by increasing the job and enabling and giving the remotely and the flexibility work options. As you have mentioned before, some people are now full-timers at TikTok. They're TikTok famous. Their full-time is to be a famous people or to be a blogger or to be whatever. And mentioning that us as youth, or us as the new generation, and mentioning the Gen Zs or the generation Z, we have the new ideas, we have the new criteria for digital skills and for the employment areas, for work holes. And for me, I would only focus on the flexibility. We are the people, or we are the youth labbers, or we are the youth that will enhance this flexibility. So that will be my feedback or my response for this question. And I will hand it to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable contributions, Waad. I'm going to move to the second question, and the question is, what skills are essential for young people to develop in order to be effective change makers? I'm going to start with you, Dawit, then you can hand over to Waad.
Thank you, Eunice. That's a very good question. From my point of view, when we talk about change makers, these three major skills stand out especially. I believe these three skills are critical when it comes to becoming an effective change maker. These are the skills of innovation, problem solving, and collaboration. When I mean innovation, starting from the curiosity driven because of the observations that we have, the problems that we see, and so on. These polished with continuous innovative ideas and innovative skills would have a significant impact in having a change in our world. In addition to that, the capacity and the skill to solve problems, starting from the identification, defining clear problems, and on that basis coming to solutions, analyzing those solutions. This is a very critical skill that's required to highly impact our world and current status quo. But these two should also be polished and should also be accompanied with collaboration. Since when we're planning to make change in our world, it is kind of mandatory that we help one another, we do things in a team, So the collaboration sense is pretty much important as well. So an innovation that's polished through the capacity to solve problems, complex problems, and these also supplemented with teamwork, collaboration would make a significant change that we all aspire to. I think that's from my side, but I will leave the room to Waad to add more points on this question. Back to you, Waad.
Thank you so much, dear Dawit, for the amazing feedback or the amazing dots you have focused on. For me, this time my answer will be a little longer. I'll be also, again, I will focus on the flexibility. And us as young youthers, we expand our opportunities. We as the youthers, or we as the young youthers, we do the opportunities, we expand them, as well as the digital skills and the revolutionizing and the increasing of expanding the job opportunities. How is that? How is that added to us as Generation Z? So I will re-mention the Generation Z. For me, I do believe that us sometimes it's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes when you're sitting with your colleagues or when you're sitting at your lunch break, and then he's like, "Hey, Waad, oh my God, what a Gen Z you are!" And then I'll be like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I am a Gen Z." But we can focus on the good vibes or the good ideas by adding the Generation Z's expand thoughts, adding our ideas, adding our print to the employment life, by adding a little story of me being a Gen Z with my supervisor. So the other time he was like mentioning, "Hey, Waad, I don't know, I don't really remember the situation really. Like I do not remember it, but it was super easy. It was just like a digital skill." And I was like, "Yeah, it's just like 1, 2, 3." And then he's like, "Wait, how did you do that?" I was like, Generation Z, hello. So again, I will focus additionally, I would focus on the flexibility. And as us youthers, we do create the opportunity with our own spark, or with our own magic, with the Generation Z. Thank you for listening to me. And now it's off to me to ask my dear colleagues the question is, how can youth participate in skills development initiatives? Off to you, dear Eunice.
Thank you, Waad. That's a lovely question. So youth can participate in so many initiatives to refine their skills, and one of them is by joining NGO initiatives. Many NGOs promote learning, and they promote learning whereby they have vacancies for volunteers and they have vacancies for participants who want to undergo through the program and learn a certain skill. So as a young leader out there, as a youth, take it upon yourself to find these organizations that are offering certain programs that are of interest to you and make sure to join. Another way in which you can refine your skills is by attending conferences and networking events. Once you attend a conference, you're likely to meet a mentor, and a mentor is someone who will guide you and someone who will give you advice based on their own experience. And this advice can help you grow personally and professionally. Networking events also bring about the aspect of learning because they have workshops, they have conferences, and various trainings in them. And these trainings focus on specific skills. They bring about soft skills and some hard skills. So once you attend conference, you're likely to build up on your already existing skills. Another advantage of attending networking events is that you're likely to be inspired and you're likely to be motivated because you are meeting many people from different fields, and these people are likely doing great things. The speakers are doing great things and sharing their success stories, and that is going to give you some extrinsic motivation. And still on that note of the benefits of networking is that you can get career advancement. This is because once you are talking to people who have different perspectives about life and different ideas about life, they're going to introduce you to what they are doing. And you never know, maybe in your career advancement, that is something that you have been wanting to do. And finally, you have a peer friend who will hold your hand and show you that, you know, this is the way and this is how to excel in this particular field. And lastly, you can build your skills by volunteering. Volunteering is very important because it refines your skill. And while at it, you get to learn other skills as well. You know that once you practice something, the more you do something, the better you become at it. For example, confidence. The more you practice, confidence is like a muscle. The more you practice talking to people, the more you practice teaching a skill to your community, you are becoming better at it. And, you know, that will make you be someone who stands out in their skill. Yeah, that was my time. I'm going to hand it over to Dawit.
Thank you, Eunice. That was awesome. You just took my the points that I was about to mention. So I'll add some points on that. It's one thing to have the skill development initiatives, but it's also another thing to be an active participant on such initiatives. So our active participation on such initiatives is pretty much important. So some of the skills that I highly recommend when it comes to being a part of these initiatives is to have a proactive engagement towards these initiatives. These initiatives, as Eunice has mentioned, could come from different areas, NGOs, even governmental projects, and so on. So as youth who want to be a part of these initiatives and who want to contribute, who want to participate, we need to have the proactiveness to engage on these initiatives. So these initiatives, as mentioned earlier, this could be through internships, volunteer activities, advocacies, and so on. But that capacity to step first, to have our own initiation towards support, towards serving, and towards making our own input in that bigger picture is pretty much important. One additional thing that I would want to stress on is the network. So when it comes to such development of skills initiatives, our network plays a very huge role as well. As they say, network is our net worth because it is highly crucial for our development when it comes to our skills and so on as well. So developing our network on the basis of goals and targets is highly crucial when it comes to developing our skills towards through these initiatives. Finally, I would want to point that in order for us youth to participate on such skill development initiatives, we need to have the capacity to be proactive and to be the change rather than expecting change. So we need to have the capacity, the courage to be part of the change makers. So I would want to end on that, being the change. Thank you, Eunice. Back to you, Waad.
Thank you so much, dear Dawit. Thank you so much, dear Eunice. It was an amazing episode, but for me now, back to me, I'd say that we have reached the end of our episode, and I would like to say thank you for tuning into this episode of Dot Chats. We hope that you have enjoyed our discussion and skills of success and found valuable insights to inspire your own journey as a youther. So I'd like to say, do not forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and to follow Dot on social media, so you'll never miss an episode. You can find us on YouTube actually, and Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And if you liked today's episode, please do leave us a little comment to share on your network. Make sure that you stay connected with Dot for the latest updates and stories of making a difference for the youth. And for me, it's a bye. Now up to you guys to say your words.
Bye, everyone. Had a great time as well.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned a thing or two, and please share this with your network. Bye.